Well, hey, we're here at the Fun and Sun Show on the Gear Lake Fort Guide channel, and if you guys don't know, this is my guy right here. If I pull for anybody, this is the man I pull for, Mr. Greg Hackney.
How are you?
It's an absolute honor, sir. Good to meet you.
Pleasure.
Yes, sir. Greg, if you guys follow the tour, which I'm sure all of you do, fish shallow a lot, right? You kind of, I mean, I know you fish deep, but you're more known for your shallow water fishing.
Yeah, you know, some of that is it's easier for me to figure out a place shallow. Mm-hmm. And, you know, a lot of times when we go to events, you only have a couple days to,
right,
you know, to figure it out. And, you know, just depending on the lake, if I need to fish deep, I do fish deep. It's not that I don't like to fish deep. It's just that deep fishing is hard to do on a lake you've never been to before, right, when you've only got a couple days of practice. So that's one reason that I feel like I can figure the water out quicker fishing shallow, and we go to such good lakes, and you know, a lot of times over a 4-day period, this is a deal on a lot of lakes. To win a 1-day event, you might need to fish deep,
right?
But when I got 4 days, consistency will be what wins the tournament, and a lot of times I can catch enough weight shallow to be consistent over a 4-day period. And you know, honestly, it's a different mindset fishing 4 days over fishing one.
Right.
You know, because you fishing 1 day, and you know, if you're here, Rayburn, Toledo Bend, Lake Fork, place like that, you know it's going to take 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the deal is more times than not, if you fish for 4 days, that guy might be leading and caught the 30 pounds the first day, but a lot of times that peters out. And you can 18 him to death, and by the end be there at the top at the end. And so a lot of times I have that type of mentality. And, you know, these big, giant reservoirs that we go to all have a resident fish population that lives shallow.
Year round.
Year round.
Year round. It can you've been to Fort, you know, cold,
shallow, you know, right, it don't matter if the water's cold or hot or whatever. You can all, and lakes that are notorious for deep fisheries are a lot of times are the best shallow fisheries because nobody's doing it.
That's exactly what happened to me on Fort, because when we get to that time of year, it's kind of this time of year, a lot of people want to be out deep, and I like to get in the Lee Creek chance with that jig and all that. But, you know, like the viewers actually just saw last video we did, 7.5 pounder, about that much water, cold day in January, so they're there.
Yeah, there's always some fish there, and you know, a lot of times you don't have to be on the best fish in the lake if you got them to yourself. And a lot of times, like when I hear like the deal on the lake, when everybody's zigging, I zag. Because I like to fish by myself. I don't like to fish around people if I don't have to. And you don't have to be on as many fish if you're not fishing in a big crowd. If you're fishing in a big crowd, you got to be on a load of fish. When you can micromanage your fish when you're the only one fishing them.
For sure. You know, look, I know we just met. You don't know me from Adam, but look, we got ESPN or something. Because we got the same brain waves, you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking about it the same way, and I go about it. And, you know, being a guide, 4-day tournaments similar to being a guide. I've got 5-6 days a week.
Day?
I've got to put people on fish every day and out deep. Yeah, I may hit a home run on Monday and I may strike out on Tuesday. I can get them shallow, get around some grass when we got it, and grind out solid fish day in and day out, like you're talking about. Exactly what you're saying. So I guess, you know, so that would be, I mean, you kind of already answered the question, but if you have anything else to add to it, please do. You know, when you make your, what goes into your decision process as far as whether to fish shallow driven or whether to fish deep fishing? Is there any finite thing you can put on that? Or?
Well, a lot of it, you know, I research the lakes that we go to, and if it, you know, if it's I know if we're on the Tennessee River in the middle of the summertime, you're not going to win shallow. You can't, because there's those big loads of fish that live out there on ledges. So it just really depends on the lake.
Too many factors to kind of put a finite deal on that.
Factors, and but you know, this is what I do a lot of times. I spend most of my practice fishing deep if I think that's the way the tournament's going to be won. If I think that's the way you got to fish, and if I get on them, that's great. But if I don't, then I use shallow as my backup. You know, because Yeah, my deal is that I have to survive each event. I know you can't win every one of them,
You gotta cash a check.
but you got to
Pay the
cash
bills.
a check. You got to pay the bills, and the deal is more checks you cash in my business, the more chances you put yourself in a position to win. Make the classic, Angler of the Year. There's a lot of things riding on a good finish, and so I feel like a lot of times I consider myself a consistent fisherman. Not always at the top, but I consistently, stay about the same, and that's kind of what
Sometimes you
keeps me
stay consistent
going.
enough to win Angler of the Year on the biggest tournament circuit in the world, right?
Things
Been
just
known to
work
do that,
out.
haven't you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, shallow fishing, a lot of times, grasses, if you're fishing shallow grasses, boy, that's it. That can kind of hold them there year round, even more of them there. So when you get to a lake that has a lot of grass, massive areas like Gunnersville, right here in Gunnersville in October or spring, and there's a bunch of grass. Give us 2 or 3 key factors that help you when you get to a massive stretch of grass. What do you look for to kind of target the fish? Where will they be in that needle in the haystack scenario?
Well, typically on a lake like that has a lot of grass, I'm big on flats. And I'm looking for anything different on that flat, where there might be a little drain goes in, a place where that flat turns. Because typically on lakes that have big flats, that's where big schools of fish live.
Right.
You can get back in a creek and flip grass and catch good ones, but typically they're isolated fish. You catch one on this channel swing, one on there. You know what I'm saying? If you're flipping down grass back in the creek.
I'm with you.
But if you find them out there on a big flat of grass and find something different, you find a school, pull up and catch 20 pounds on 5 flips out of the same patch of grass, or a place to throw a frog. Like take Gunnersville in the fall, the big deal is you look for algae man. Because what that means is the grass is dying out underneath it, and that typically starts to concentrate the bluegills, and that's where they catch all the frogfish there. It's more of a millfold deal, where, mostly in Texas, most of the good lakes in Texas I've been to have hydrilla. Hydrilla's the main, it's the main fish. And again, that deep edge is where typically you have those schools of fish. So, for me, it just depends on the lake and the time of the year. If it's the time of the year when the shad are moving certain parts of the lake, it's the same as if you were looking in the lake without any grass. Take the grass out of it. Where should the fish be that time of the year?
Perfect.
And that's the grass that you should be targeting. The grass just soups it up, it'll hold more. Chances are it's more. The grass lake has more fish than a lake without any grass. So you know that, but still, realistically, the fish will be in the same area that they should be for that time of the year, regardless of the grass. The grass just makes it better.
Beautifully said. And that's, I get asked that question a lot down on Florida. How do you know where they are in all this timber? I said, I don't pay any, I don't even think about timber. We pick where we're going to fish. If there was no timber, then we'll fish whatever's there.
That's right.
That's exactly what you're saying. That's perfect. Well,
because more times than not, all those lakes, fork included, the fish are more, it's the bottom that makes the difference.
Structure, not cover.
Yeah, it's not the cover.
They have cover everywhere.
They have cover everywhere. And that's kind of the icing on the cake. The cake is the bottom structure. That's the deal.
Yeah.
And even when you got a lake that's full of grass, there's something different about the bottom.
Maybe it's the hardness content.
It could be a patch of rock, it could be a place where some rock changes to sand, turn to creek.
Kind of tying into that, Cayuga Lake, big grass fishery. And you won that event a couple years back. I think the year you won Angler of the Year, right? You won the Cayuga event. It's a lake up north in New York.
It's New York.
Yeah. So New York, upstate New York. So and you had something like that going there, right? Wasn't it some rock mixed in with the grass?
Yeah, that was the deal. There were just miles and miles of grass, deep grass lines, and all of my better places were actually little points in the grass, which were actually rock points.
Awesome.
And the grass was broke up around those places, and it's solid mat of grass.
Solid mat of grass.
Up to you
little
couldn't
difference,
see
like
it.
you're talking about.
The grass was it's 17 to 20 foot. It would be broken around those rock patches, and that's what was concentrated those fish. They were not huge groups of fish; they were big ones. Like I never caught a fish under 4 pounds. They were all 4 to 6 pounders, which that was a fine lake. One of the few places I've been. The fishing's great up north.
It's different.
But it's different. But that's one of the few places I've been that had southern quality of fish. The largemouth were that big. A lot of lakes we go to up north have 20 pounds of fish. You can catch 5-pounders. That place was kind of like a Texas fishery. It had a lot of 6-pounders in it. And it was like a Toledo or a Rayburn type lake.
I'll tell you, you're talking about that grass and the rock and the breaking up of the. You're making me shake a little now.
Yeah.
Take me to Cayuga Lake next time you go. Good night.
Yeah, it's a fine place.
Well, hey, Greg, man, honor to talk to you and meet
Enjoy
you.
it.
You guys follow Greg Hackney. He's the best, man. Thanks so much, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
there. Whoa, come here. Come here. Whoa, whoa. That's what I'm talking about. Whoa. Godzilla ain't got nothing on me right now.